skincare nerds, welcome back. So on my channel, I talk a lot about the great skincare products that I love, but there's also products out there that promise a lot and really don't deliver, or even worse, can actually harm your skin. So today we're going to talk about 5 different products that you do not need to buy. Let's get into it. So the first thing you do not need to buy are scrubs. So you might have heard of the infamous Kylie Skin Walnut Scrub and the St. Ives Apricot Face Scrub. I mention these two because they're two of the most well-known and infamous scrubs on the market. So let's talk about it. They're actually both formulated with walnut shell powder to physically exfoliate your skin. The issue I have with these two is basically if that walnut powder isn't ground down enough, it could actually still have sharp edges on it, and it could basically cut your skin as you scrub it, disrupting your skin barrier and leading to a lot of inflammation. So what would I recommend instead? I'd go with a chemical exfoliator like a glycolic acid, lactic acid, or salicylic acid. And if you have combo or oilier skin, you can just get a salicylic acid based cleanser like the CeraVe one or the Inculus one that I've talked about a lot. And if you have drier skin, then you should go with a lactic acid based exfoliator instead, like one of the Ordinary's lactic acid plus hyaluronic acid serums. So basically, any physical exfoliator can be too harsh if you're not careful with it, and that's why the second thing you don't need is an electronic cleansing brush. So again, the reason for that is that these can be way too harsh for your skin. The ones with the bristles especially is basically like dragging a big electronic toothbrush all over your face, which can disrupt your skin barrier and also cause inflammation. My second concern is that it can be really expensive as well. But no judgment, if you really like cleansing with one and it feels good for you, then the Luna Foreo silicone one is probably the best one of the bunch because it won't be too harsh on your skin and the silicone won't be a breeding ground for bacteria. But I definitely wouldn't prioritize it, and you definitely don't need one. Honestly, you can just cleanse with these great tools called your hands and a simple, gentle cleanser. You don't need to spend over $100 on these. Save that money for something else. Oh, and as a quick tip, if you're using one of them because you don't like the water running down your arms when you cleanse, just get sweatbands. Okay, moving on. The third thing that you don't need are pore strips or blackhead strips. Okay, so these seem like really quick fixes for an annoying problem. Literally Band-Aid solutions that you can just rip off. Super tempting, I know, whenever you're at the CVS especially, but these are a definite pass from me. They really don't have the power to actually remove any deep clogs from within your pores. They also really won't be helpful if you're struggling with blackheads in hard to reach places because it might be hard to get that pore strip around to actually fit. And also, that pore strip is not going to be powerful enough to actually be able to attach deep within the pore and pull out that debris. To solve the clog, first make sure you're actually dealing with a blackhead and not sebaceous filaments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and watch my video on that. So instead of a pore strip, I'd recommend you go with a salicylic acid based exfoliator. Salicylic acid is great because it's oil soluble and it can get deeper within your pores. I actually really like the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. As you know, if you have been watching a lot of my videos, I actually have an entire review about it. So go check it out if you haven't seen it and you're really interested. Spoiler alert, I love this one. But if you have a really stubborn blackhead, this might not be strong enough for you. It might be time to see your dermatologist. The fourth thing you really don't need to buy are gua sha and facial rollers. So you've definitely seen one of these facial rollers on Instagram at some point, especially since they come in really pretty pastel colors like jade, quartz, and amethyst, and they look really bougie on your vanity. But before you run and spend $20 or more on one, you really should know that there literally isn't any research to back any of the claims up. There's literally no data on the benefits they're promising, like reducing swelling or puffiness. Honestly, you might even get better results if you just cut out the amount of salt you eat in your diet. But if you really like the way that it looks on your shelf, or you really like the way it feels when you apply products with it, then I'm okay with that because it's not actually really harming your skin. Just know that it doesn't give you any real benefits. All right, moving on to the 5th product that you don't need. Okay, so I saved this one for last because y'all should know this already, but no more makeup wipes. So you've probably already heard this, but they can cause irritation because some of them have alcohol and fragrance added to them. They also don't really clean your face that well, so you have to rub pretty hard, and that rubbing can cause some low-grade inflammation over time as well. Plus, they're really just not great for the environment because they're one-time use. So instead of using a makeup wipe, if you still want to remove makeup or you want a deeper clean, you can instead try a nice cleansing balm like the oat cleansing balm from the Inkey List, or an oil-based cleanser, then double cleanse with a water-based cleanser. That method is really great because you have the first step to remove and melt off all the makeup, and the second to clean up all of the residue afterwards. So it really does result in a much deeper clean than you would get with a makeup wipe. Just give it a go. Trust me, you won't regret it. To be fair, it's still better than not washing your face at all, but it's 2021. It's time to throw those makeup wipes out and move on to better things. After the year we've all had, you deserve better. All right, so that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give your girl a like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more informative skincare videos like this one. See you next time.